Hi, Terry.
You're muted.
You're muted.
There you go.
There you go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
We are live on YouTube. I think pretty soon.
It looks to be that way.
It says we are on my screen, so.
Okay, I'd like to call the Human Resources and Public Works Committee meeting to order. I'd like to have committee members identify their physical location, please.
Terry Hutchinson reporting from my home in Nottawa Township, Isabella County.
Jim Marino reporting from my home in Mount Pleasant, Isabella County. Okay, is there any public, Nicole?
There is no public at this time, Mr. Chairman.
I think if there was, I'd fall off my chair at 8:15 in the morning on a Tuesday. Okay, thank you. Our first item, and seeing that is the case, our first item is consider adopting Isabella County Board of Commissioners Resolution number 21-03-01, authorizing the submittal of the Michigan National Resource Trust Fund acquisition grant application to support the Meridian Park acquisition project and authorize the board chair to sign the same. So I'll turn that over to Sue Ann.
Hey.
Pretty fast work, Sue Ann.
Yeah, good turnaround.
It's a very, very quick turnaround, but as Commissioner Moreno just said, this is for the Meridian Park Acquisition Project grant application. It's due April 1st, and to move ahead on this grant, a resolution is required. As you can see, it's not a very long resolution. It simply states that, or in my report, it simply states that we have the opportunity to purchase approximately 11-acre piece of property adjacent to Meridian Park. Will help expand our little trail loop. We have a very narrow access to the northeast part of our property, and this would definitely be a nice benefit to the park. Also, it is a nice little wildlife habitat piece. It's never been developed, and it's near their farmland, but not, has not been farmed. So it's very nice in terms of it's got a lot of variety of birds and other wildlife in that area. As you know, this is an estimated price. I mean, full appraisal will need to be done if we do get the grant, and then there'll be another discussion, you know what I mean, about other things. But for the time being, this is how the grant is set up, that we need to have a resolution and approval by our governing board to move ahead and turn in the application come April 1st.
Sounds pretty good. Sounds great. And I know it's a combination of components, right?
Yes, it is.
Of funding sources. Okay.
Correct.
Any comments or questions at this time?
Looks good to me as far as moving forward with this. So,
okay. Could I get a motion, Terry?
Yep. Make a motion to consider adopting the Isabella County Board of Commissioners Resolution number 2103-01, authorizing the submittal of Michigan Natural Resource Trust Fund acquisition grant application to support the Meridian Park acquisition project, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Second, it's been moved and supported to move the item to the regular session and work session of the county commission. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. The ayes carry, and the item will be moved to our regular and work session county commission meeting next week. Okay, thank you, Sue Ann. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
Hi.
Aye. Okay, our next item is consider approving the Michigan Medicare Medicaid Assisted Program, MMAP, Memorandum of Understanding between Region 7 Area Agency on Aging and Isabella County Commission on Aging, effective April 1st, 2020 through March 31st, 2025, and authorize the board chair to sign the same. Ms. Crawford, could we get a little background on this, please?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have had this MOU with Region 7 Area Agency on Aging for many, many years. And basically the MAP program, or the Michigan Medicare Medicaid Assistance Program, is a program that allows our social workers to receive training or certification in that program. And it gives them the knowledge and the skills and the resources to help older adults in our community navigate the whole Medicare, Medicaid application process and everything that goes along with that. And with this MOU, there is no financial, we receive no financial, anything financially through this, but it does provide training opportunities for our MAP counselors that we do have on staff. We do have 4 trained MAP counselors, and with this, they're allowed to get education and training so they can keep up with all the changes, because it changes so frequently. So it is a great resource for our program to have this MOU in place.
Right. I know this is a recurring thing, and it keeps current the things that your workers have to know, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Okay. Any comments or questions from anybody?
No, good program. Keep it in place. Keep it going.
Okay. Could I get a motion, please?
Yep. I got a motion to consider approving the Michigan Medicare Medicaid Assistant Program, MMAP, memorandum and understanding between Region 7 Area Agency on Aging and Isabella County Commission on Aging, effective April 1st, 2020 through March 31st, 2025, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support. It's been moved and supported to move on item 4. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. The ayes have it. The item will be forwarded to our work and regular sessions of the county commission next week. Okay, Jen, our next item is consider approving Region 7 Area Agency on Aging Purchase of Service Provider Agreement, Addendum K, COVID-19 premium pay for in-home providers, and authorize the board chair to sign the same. What's up with this?
So we had, not too long ago, I brought to you addendum I to the same agreement, which was the exact same thing. It was just extending the $2 an hour premium pay, a temporary one. We had it for October through December, and now this extension is January through February. The purchase of service agreement is that we already have in place, is in place through September 30th of next year, 2022. So this is just an addendum to that, allowing us to provide that $2 an hour premium pay for our direct care worker. At this point, we are still only serving one waiver client, which is what this program is for. So we just have one worker that's eligible to receive these hours, and it had already been calculated and figured out, and it was 14 hours. So this would be equivalent to $28 for those 2 months.
Is it getting any easier to work all the different components? And
There's been a lot of changes coming through, and we're very thankful, you know, that they've extended this. It's a great gift that we can, you know, provide to our staff that are providing these services. It's a lot of hard work, and they've had to endure a lot of changes and go through a lot to be able to keep providing these services.
great. And I know that probably the stimulus package in Congress is going to be signed either today and go to the president's desk soon. Is there monies in there that will help your agency too?
Well, we had heard, and it was just hearsay as far as what we had heard, that they were looking at possibly extending the premium pay through this fiscal year. But they're just taking it bits at a time. So this is the only information that we have in writing or that's been set in stone as far as the premium pay.
Okay.
So Commissioner, if
Yes.
I may, in general, we're going to be doing a deep dive into those bills and seeing exactly what financial support would be available to counties. You know, fortunately or unfortunately, sometimes when folks talk about funds coming to states and localities are different units of government. So sometimes counties get some of those funds and sometimes we don't. Sometimes they go to, as the Commissioner Moreno knows, who's been in this business a while, sometimes they just go to cities, right? Or cities and townships, but not the counties, or sometimes counties. So at this point, we are going to be doing a deep dive into those bills and reading through all of the supporting documentation from the Michigan Association of Counties and NACO and others. So I would think that sometime, probably not this round of meetings, because I do think that, you're correct. I listened this morning on the way in that President Biden said as soon as the bill is delivered to him, he'll sign it.
Probably Thursday when he has the press conference.
Yes, probably Thursday. That's what they were saying. So, there won't be any money in the pipeline soon, but we want to be sure that we're prepared and know what if there are funds coming to counties, what we can legitimately use those for. So I would anticipate, hopefully there will be some funds coming to counties to help us through this time. And the Commission on Aging funding comes through some kind of a different stream. So we're hopeful. We're hopeful for all of the county operations that will be included in that legislation that finally passes and gets signed into law.
Yeah, I'm also hoping that the state will finally shake loose of holding on to that money that they've had all this time at this time. I mean, I know that just recently was a bill passed, but there was still withholding quite a lot of money. Okay. The next item is,
Motion there.
pardon me?
Do we need a motion there?
Yes, a
Oh,
motion
yeah.
on number 6.
Yeah.
Need a motion to consider approving Regional 7 Area Agency on Aging Purchases and Service Provider Agreement, Addendum K, COVID-19 premium pay for in-home providers, and authorize the board chair to sign it the same.
Support. It's been moved and supported to move item 6 to the regular times of business, times of meetings for the county commission. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. The ayes carry. The item 6 will be moved to our regular and work sessions of the county commission next week. Thank you. Okay, our next item is consider approving $2 per hour temporary premium pay for Commission on Aging direct workers and authorize the board chair to sign direct care workers and authorize the board chair to sign the direct care worker wage pass-through documentation forms for the months of January and February. Isn't that what we just did?
No, so this would be all the rest of our direct care.
Oh, right. You said there was one person on that other one.
Yeah,
right?
that last one was just the waiver program or the purchase of service agreement. This would be all of the other grant funded recipients or clients that we do serve through Area Agency on Aging. So this would be all of our homemakers, our respite care and personal care employees, providing those hours to other clients. So with this, this will be the 3rd time bringing this one forward to you. So this one is through January and February. We do have 8 employees that are eligible to receive the $2 an hour premium pay.
Great.
And so the total that we're able to provide with this program would be $1,622.83 to those 8 employees.
Any questions or comments on this, Commissioner?
Nope.
Okay, could I get a motion, please?
Yep. Motion to consider the $2 per hour temporary premium pay for the Commission on Aging direct care workers and authorize the board chair to sign the direct care worker wage pass-through documentation forms for the months of January and February 2021.
Support. It's been moved and supported to move item 7 to the regular sessions next week. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. The ayes carry. Item 7 will be forwarded to the work and regular sessions of the county commission next week. Thank you. Okay, our next one is review and item 8 will be review and assess the semi-annual 2% application from the Isabella County Commission on Aging requesting $514,348 for programs and services. Jen, can we get them?
Absolutely. So our program, the Commission on Aging, has been so fortunate to receive such generous support from the Saguenay Chippewa Indian Tribe for many, many years. I think since 1995, we've received just over $9 million in 2% distributions, which is amazing. And with this, our program submits an application to them in the spring and the fall every year. It was requested several years ago from the tribe that we submit the same application both spring and fall. And then, so that's what we do. So this application will be for 2021. So we'll submit this one this spring if approved, and then we would turn around and submit this exact same application again in the fall. This application, it's a joint effort between all 5 managers and myself at the Isabella County Commission on Aging, and so it represents all of our programs. And the funds that we do request for them, it does go to general programming. There's no administrative fees that we use it for, but any funding that we may be fortunate enough to receive would go right into all of the programs and services that we are providing. One thing, with this year, we did, all the managers did go through and interjected quite a bit of information into the application that was specific to how our programs have been impacted by COVID over the last year, so they can see some of the changes that we've done over the year, and what we're hoping to continue to do and get back into some of the programs and services that we would typically and normally do, which we're very hopeful will be happening this year yet.
Right. It seems like summertime will be a real transition as far as less restrictions and so forth, with more and more people getting vaccinated. Okay. Any questions or comments on this item?
Do we, when we're through this, Jen, do we send any type of thank you letter out to them? Now, this is amazing. Just reading the amount of money that we've gotten over the years.
So I can explain that. So the chairperson of the board and myself go out and accept whatever is coming to the county every time the tribal council does a dispersion. So if we receive monies for commission, let's pretend we receive monies for Commission on Aging and something for the sheriff's office and something for recycling. It's just not practical to have every single department head go. So the chairman of the board and I go. We always have an opportunity to speak and express our thanks. I send a letter out with the applications. The application system changed to electronic via the website at the tribe maybe a year and a half ago, I'm going to guess. I don't know, since COVID, I've lost track of time, but probably a year and a half ago. So what's going to happen, so that you're aware, is that all of these requests that are on agendas this week, so today for these committee meetings, will come, if the committees agree, will come to the Board of Commissioners work session next week. And you folks will have a chance to chat about all of them. And then in between the 2 meetings, I'm going to provide you an electronic sheet to score them from 1 to 5, looking at what you believe are the most important for us, for the county. And then I tabulate those and I come up with what are the highest ranking ones. We do submit all of them that the board approves, but we do put in the ranking, and then I'll put a cover letter thanking them for their consideration, et cetera, et cetera. But trust me, we are very grateful. And unless you have come from a community like I did, where I'd never heard of this before, until the first, I started in October, and in November, the previous chair took me to the disbursement. It was hard to be thankful because I was speechless to watch it, speechless. So, the tribe has had a pact with the governor, the previous governor, that they were required to disperse 2% of their net income of their electronic gaming to governments, schools, other public entities. That compact expired a number of years ago under the administration of the previous governor and was never able to be negotiated to satisfaction of the parties. So that discussion and those negotiations started with the current governor, and then COVID hit. So honestly, the tribe has been under no obligation for years to disperse this, but they have continued to do so because they decided that it was the right thing to do. So it's really quite an extraordinary gift, I guess is the word I would use. And we are very appreciative, and we always share that with them. I'm on a number of boards and commissions in the region and the county with the public relations director, Frank Colchier, and some with the public relations manager, Eric Rodriguez. And even in those settings, I always bring it up because I think it's important for them to understand if you come from a community that this doesn't happen, going to a function in your first month on the job and watching millions of dollars being dispersed, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often. So we're very grateful and we are very expressive of that.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Before I ask for a motion, I'd also like to point out to you, Commissioner Hutchinson, that when I first started being a commissioner years ago, the county used to get the most of all the money, and we used to get $1 million at a time. So it's really changed over the years. Lots of things have changed, and that's not the case anymore, obviously. And I'm hoping that with the restrictions changing, we might be getting more eventually. There might be more gambling, I guess. You know, it's the 2% of the slot machines. That's what it's based on.
Yeah.
Oh,
When I was on
okay.
the school board, it was the same way. I mean, we just, you can't, all the schools in the county, what a gift. You know,
Yes,
it helped with a
It
lot
is
of
a gift.
programs.
it does. It is a gift.
Okay,
Okay, could I get a motion on this one, please?
make a motion to review and access the semi-annual 2% application form from Isabella County Commission on Aging report requesting $514,348 for the program and services.
Support. It's been moved and supported to move this item to the regular and work session of the county commission. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Can I get your vote, Commissioner?
Aye.
Okay. Opposed, the same. The ayes carry. Item 8 will be moved to the regular session of the work session and regular session of the county commission next week. Thank you, Jen Crawford. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Hey, Jen.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
our next item is review and assess the semi-annual 2% application from the Isabella County Materials Recovery Facility requesting $44,000 for the recycling program. We have Jake Borton today, give a director there telling us the background on this, please.
Good morning, gentlemen. Margaret.
Morning.
Morning.
This is we don't put the same exact request in every spring and fall like the Commission on Aging does. We kind of tailor it to the things that is needed most within the facility. At this time, I'm asking for the $44,000 to purchase. Right now, we're on a 2-year lease program on our John Deere skid steer. If we do, if 2% funding was available to be able to purchase a new skid steer, we would go back to a trade-in every year at a cost of about $6,500 a year, compared to where we're at on a lease of approximately $13,100 a year, saving the county, saving the county about $6,600 a year as far as a lease to a purchase program or a trade-in program on it. But the skid steer is something that we use on a daily basis. We run about 1,500 hours a year on that skid steer because that machine will run about on the average of 6 hours a day, feeding material onto the line, on the processing line to be able to process and bale just various types of material that we have here. For your information, Commissioner Hutchinson. So, it's an extremely vital piece of equipment for our program out here. Like I say, we do use a tremendous amount of hours at 1,500 hours. Part of that purchase is the $44,000. We also will, in conjunction with all of that, we purchase a extended warranty because we get about 1,000 hours a year on the lease agreement as it stands, as far as the amount of hours that we can run that piece of equipment is 1,000 hours a year. By buying an extended warranty that gains us, for the 2-year lease, that gains us an extra 1,500 hours that we can get to keep us covered as far as the amount of hours that is slotted on that machine per year. So it just makes good sense, spending the $500 to be able to to buy that extra hours to be able to keep us in good standing on that lease program.
Margaret?
Administrator?
Thank you.
McAvoy?
If I may, Commissioner Hutchinson, once we have had some leeway here in in-person things and we feel comfortable in having someone come into the facility, I'd like to invite you in and we'll give you a tour of our materials recovery facility. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to do that before or not.
If not.
When you drive by the facility and you look at the outside, you're like, oh, that looks interesting. And then if you were to go to the front window, and we're not having visitors in the building at this point, but if you were to go to the front window for services from our support staff up front, you go, oh, this looks really nice. And then when we take you through the door into the processing plant, you're going to go, holy cow, this is a production facility. And that's exactly what it is. It looks so pristine from the outside. And we work hard to try to keep it looking pristine, right, Jake? But it's amazing. It's amazing what really happens at a MRF recycling center. It's very different than I think what most people think. They drop their stuff off or their blue tub gets picked up and whatever happens. But it is a production facility. And so this piece of equipment, when Jake says it moves product, it's moving things that people put in recycling. So it's moving cardboard and paper and cans and bottles and whatever, and it's dumping them properly, spacing them out on a conveyor belt that is feeding up to a catwalk where people physically sort. So if the skid steer doesn't work, sometimes it's kind of hard to keep the facility operating. So it's an important piece of equipment. And I know I've had Jake putting together a video on his phone for another purpose. And so we can chat offline, Jake, where that's at, but that might be something that we could share with you until we can get you in the facility. I think you would.
Very good. Thank you. Yeah, Jake answered my question. I'm just wondering about the extended warranty, and that makes sense, Jake.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and that's the big thing. We know the hours that we run on that piece of equipment. It only, like I said, for the small amount dollar-wise, it only makes sense for us to purchase that extended warranty to cover ourselves.
Yep.
Okay, if there's no more questions, could we have a motion, please, on this item?
Make a motion to review the Access semi-annual 2% application from the Isabella County Material Recovery Facility requesting $44,000 for the recycling program.
Support. It's been moved and supported to move the item 9 to the regular cycle. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. The ayes carry. Item 9 will be forwarded to the regular and work session of the County Commission next Tuesday. Thank you, Jake. Anybody else have anything else? Well, I did want to say one thing. I was listening to the radio this morning, Jake, and I heard that Michigan has one of the lowest recycling rates in the region, the Midwest region, and also lots of places. What is it less? It's less than 33 or something, right?
It's less than 30% at this point. There's been a huge push on from the Eagle, which is Department of Energy, Great Lakes and Environment, Great Lakes and Energy, sorry, in the last couple of years to push to try and increase that recycling rate. They are trying a few different things as of late. They're trying to do a market study to see where they may be able to get some increase in material flow, where there is also the possibility of being able to move certain materials that's hard to recycle, things like that. So there is a huge push by the state of Michigan to try and increase the recycling rate within this state.
Right, and I heard that their budget for stuff like that raised to 15 million, Eagle.
Yes.
And West Michigan's getting a lot of that to encourage people to take plastic bags back to manufacturer or places they got it, so they don't contaminate the stream.
There was just Eagle just released there was a press release from Eagle on some money that was through the Eagle itself, as far as that. A lot of that was also in conjunction with what they call CART, which is a container program for curbside recycling carts, which is not, it's not the same type of a setup. So much of like West Michigan is what they call a single stream facility, where you put everything in one cart, where the difference with ours being what they call a dual stream facility, where there is separation of that material when it goes into. So there is definitely some differences in how how their system is run in comparison to ours. They dump everything on the line, and there's a lot more automation for sorting and things of that nature compared to what Isabella County has done. But in the end, when it comes to single stream or dual stream, there's still no proven science at this point to show that one is better than the other. And in fact, the quality of material that we get in comparison to others, we a lot of times will end up getting a little bit higher price commodity wise than what it does off a single stream, because they are not able to get the material as clean as what we do. And it's really because of that source separation at curbside.
Thanks. Okay, I'd say we're all done on this, right? Anybody have any other questions or comments today?
Oh, I think we're good.
Okay. At this time, I will adjourn the meeting and wish you all a happy week.
Thank you. Stay safe,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.